Well, I can't be much help with the official ID, but we've got about 3 witnesses who I think will be able to verify that. I'll talk to you in a minute, sir. Nicole, Mrs. Saxon, what are you two doing here?
Well, it's a news story, Calvin. We brought our camera crew.
Well, now I see why WMON has an award-winning news department. They send their top people out to cover an accident case.
And we heard it was more than that, Calvin. We heard the victims were identified as George Foley and his young accomplice, whatever her name is.
Yes, Yvonne. Although we can't be too sure of anything in this case.
Can you tell us what happened?
Merely a case of a guilty conscience, I'd say, was responsible for killing them both.
What do you mean by that?
Well, a police officer spotted a broken taillight on the car and came over to talk to them about having it fixed.
Oh, and Foley assumed that the policeman was responding to the APB.
Took off at 90 miles an hour. Unfortunately, he wasn't a good enough race car driver. He lost.
Lost everything, apparently.
Oh, dear, so you never found out what they were running from?
Never had a chance to talk to him, to find out the name of this game they've been playing.
Well, it's a pity. This whole business, I mean.
Calvin, there's been a news blackout on this story. We have not been able to report any more than that Foley was some sort of a sophisticated burglar.
Yeah, I would keep it that way, at least for now, Nicole, till you hear something else. Look, would you excuse me for a minute? I had a date for dinner and haven't had a chance to call and apologize for not making it.
Of course, go right ahead.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, more bad news. The day seems to be filled with it.
Yes, it is bad news. Bad news for Mike and that man from Washington.
David Cameron. He's going to be very disappointed. He was very anxious to see what he could learn about these two.
Well, I have learned very little about this whole matter.
Well, as awful as it is, I think Raven is going to be relieved. She was really unnerved at the idea that these two were still running around loose.
Yes, you said she sounded very strange on the phone.
Strange? My dear, that isn't the word for it. She was positively mad. I just can't imagine what she's up to.
See, I knew you couldn't resist me for long, Mr. Whitney. I knew it.
So you made yourself irresistible, huh?
Do you really, really think I'm shameless now?
I think that you're, well...
What? Come on, what? I want to know.
All right, I'll give you a clue. The word I was thinking of begins with the letter A.
Adorable.
No.
Attractive.
No, close.
Amazing.
No.
Astounding.
No.
Astonishing.
Mm-mm.
Angelic?
No.
Couldn't be angelic.
No, not angelic.
What? Come on.
Maybe I shouldn't tell you.
No, why not?
Because we'll take it wrong, that's why.
No, I won't. Come on, please tell me. What am I?
The word I was thinking of, you amuse me.
What?
See, I knew that you wouldn't take it right.
I amuse you.
Mm.
Amuse you, that's what I do. I amuse you, just like...
Come on, don't take me wrong, Raven.
Well, how am I supposed to take it?
Just listen to me. There's no compliment I can think of that's more sincere to give to a woman than to tell her that she amuses me. I mean, do you know how many attractive, intelligent women there are that just lose their charm when you find out how predictable they are? That's the one thing that you are not, Raven, is predictable.
Amusing, huh?
Yeah.
And shameless.
Okay, and shameless.
And faithful.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Probably the most faithful woman you'll ever meet. You see, I've only been with 2 men in the past 2 years. And they've both been named Schuyler Whitney.
made arrangements for an on-camera interview with the patrolman who spotted the Foley car.
Oh, good for you, dear.
And I just thought it's very late. I don't see any reason why you should feel obliged to stay. I know that you're very concerned about Raven.
Actually, I'm more puzzled than I am concerned about that peculiar phone call. But if you think it's all right.
Oh, yes, I'll be fine. You go ahead and go home and solve your own mystery.
All right. I just want to make sure that girl hasn't gotten herself into another muddle. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, Nicole, we're ready.
Okay, Jeep, let's go.
Well, I knew you realized I had a good reason for not showing up, but I thought I'd call just to say.
That's okay, Calvin. Some woman from your office called to say that you were out working on an accident case.
Yeah, that must have been Sally Carver. She's one of the staff secretaries. Look, Didi, I just want you to know I'm really sorry about missing our dinner date.
That's okay, Calvin. I really wasn't very hungry anyway.
She's starving, Calvin.
See, stop that.
Calvin, I think Didi's on a hunger strike.
What?
She hasn't eaten all day. I mean, all there is in the house is like some moldy cheese, and we put it in the mouse traps. Mice won't touch it.
MItzi, if you don't give me that phone, I'm going to pull the plug out of the
Calvin, I
wall.
really think you should get over here and force feed this girl before she dies of malnutrition. And then I'll be stuck with all the rent, and I can't afford it. I mean, not to mention the funeral expenses.
Mitzi, give me... Calvin.
Listen.
No, you listen. Whether you're hungry or not, I'm starving. Now, you get out of there right away. We can meet at Sid's before she closes up. How about it?
Well, all right, if you think you can get away.
You just get to Sid's. I'll be there. Bye.
Bye. Oh, Mitzi, why did you do that?
Why do you think?
Because you just love stirring things up, that's why.
No, Didi, that is not true. I mean, I worry about you. I care about keeping you well. Don't you know that?
Yeah, I know that. Oh, Mitzi, I love you, you nut.
Gunther!
What is it? Oh, Mr. Whitney called? What, does he want me to pick him up?
No, he hasn't called. Are you sure he had an early dinner?
Well, that's the way it started out. Why did you wake me up just now? I was just getting to the good part of the dream. Boy, was she stacked, huh?
You sure you got your facts right about the time?
Yes, I got my facts right, but things got a little crooked because of your friend.
What friend?
Raven Alexander.
Raven, what'd you do?
She invited herself to the party. Some nerve, huh? She just crashed right in.
That's great. How?
I don't know. He was supposed to have this nice little dinner with an old friend, a guy named Devereaux, and then Raven shows up and tricks him into taking her home.
She didn't trick anybody, and you know it. He'd only go back with her if he wanted to.
Don't get your hopes up, kid. See that? That's probably him right now. Whitney residence.
Gunther.
Yes, Mr. Whitney?
Gunther, I've decided to stay out a little bit longer than I had anticipated.
How much longer, Mr. Whitney?
About another hour or so, I guess.
Hey!
And make that 2 hours.
Yes, sir, Mr. Whitney. May I remind you, sir, that you wanted to get an early start tomorrow. Something about me driving you to the TV studio?
Yeah, well, look, I'll still be going to the studio, but I won't be going quite that early.
All right, whatever you say, Mr. Whitney.
So I'll meet you in a couple of hours. You can phone me at Mrs. Saxon's apartment, and you wait downstairs in the lobby.
Yes, sir.
Okay, bye.
Well, what did he say?
None of your business.
He is with her. I knew it.
All right, yes, he's with her.
Doesn't that give you any ideas?
Yeah, it gives me a couple hours to get a bite to eat.
I've got an idea. Why don't I go to the kitchen, get some cold chicken and salad and stuff, and we can have a little picnic in my room.
Because it isn't chicken. And the salad's got caviar in it and stuff like that.
So?
So I don't like rich food. Look, you eat fancy stuff like that late at night, it'll kill you.
Where are you going?
I am going to go out and get myself a plain old hamburger.
Where? At Sid's?
Yeah, maybe.
Gunther, wait!
It was a disaster. My daughter dropped a whole jar of pickled...
Yeah, that's the trouble with the world today. Nobody's got time for culture. Everybody's too busy running around making a buck. I guess that's why I'm going broke at the art gallery.
Can't make any bucks, huh?
Hey, listen, you could use some pictures on these walls here, cover up the cracks. I can give you some terrific bargains. Save you a few dollars.
I don't think my customers would go in for modern art, Eddie. But thanks, just the same.
Well, I don't like those pictures either. The only pictures I really do like are the kind of move, like movies, flicks. You like the movies?
Sure. Who doesn't?
Hey, listen, some night you and I can take in a flick. That is, if you're free.
Well, I would like to see a movie now and then. Only the boss doesn't give me too much time off.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Hey, I'm pretty hard on myself, too, when I'm running a business, but you gotta find time to relax. You gotta get out and forget your troubles once in a while.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, why not? Nobody's asked me to go to the movies since I was a teen popper.
Terrific. That's terrific. What night?
Well, I usually take a Wednesday or a Thursday off, either one of those.
Okay, great. You're on. You got it. In fact, I'll tell you what. You can pick the picture. Except one thing. No gangster pictures. I get very upset with the violence, It really bothers me.
Okay, but you're buying the tickets. Assuming you can afford them.
Don't worry about that. Even if I lose the gallery, I'm going to get a nice price for the scrapyard, and I'm going to wind up with a nice big chunk of cash. In fact, you know what? I've been looking around for a little investment, something nice and neat and tidy, I'll find something. I better go home. I'm exhausted. All right, so I'll see you before Thursday, and you can pick out the movie and see where we're going to go. Okay, Sydney?
Okay, Edward.
There's only one problem. My name's not Edward.
Well, Eddie must be short for something.
Promise you're not going to talk? You squeal, there's no popcorn. My name is Egbert. I'll see you, kid. Take care. Well, Counselor, how are you? How's your brother?
I'm sure you must know, Mr. Lorimer. You've spent some time behind bars, haven't you?
Hey, I'm just trying to be polite. Come on, I like the kid.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
Hey, I'm the guy who put him to work, remember? I gave him a job.
He'll be happy to use you as a reference at his trial.
Look, let me tell you something, lady. I've been trying to... what difference does it make? You wouldn't listen to me anyway. Excuse me.
Hi, baby. What our friend Eddie want?
Well, he was being very solicitous about Troy, expressing his sympathy.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Hi, kids.
Hey, Sid.
Hey, listen, I hope you don't want anything fancy, because I'm just about to close the kitchen.
No, just coffee for me, thank you.
Oh, no. She'll have something else. What have you got that's solid and nourishing?
Well, I got some roast beef left over from today's special. How about I could make you some nice sandwiches?
Sounds good to me.
No, I really don't think I
Let's
can.
have 2 sandwiches and a couple of salads if you got any left over.
Sure.
Well, how was that accident case today? Anything serious?
Only for the 2 people involved, the man and the woman. Actually, it wouldn't have been anything special except that they were both wanted fugitives.
I see.
Have you, seen Troy today?
I try to see him every day, even if he doesn't want me to. Which he doesn't.
I find that hard to believe.
He just stared straight ahead today when I went to see him and let me do all the talking. Yeah, it was pretty horrible. It was like talking to a ghost or a statue, like he wasn't even there, like he'd already been there.
Didi, don't.
Don't what, Calvin? Don't talk about it? Don't cry? Don't give up? I already have. What else can I do? What else can Troy do?
I wish there was something I could do. Something that would help.
Calvin, you want to help me, not Troy. There's a big difference. I'm the only person who even cares whether or not Troy lives or dies. I don't even think Troy cares anymore. That's the worst part.
Didi, I care. I love you.
And that's supposed to help. Oh, Calvin, I'm sorry. It does help. It helps very much.
remember me?
No, I'm afraid I don't. You got one of those nondescript faces I can never remember.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, listen, I was the guy that ordered the 3 main courses.
Well, I hope you're not coming back for number 4, because I got bad news. The kitchen's closed.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was afraid of that. I guess I'll just have to settle for a caviar salad at home.
Force yourself.
Say, isn't that the roommate of, what's her name? Your waitress, you know?
MItzi, you mean?
Yeah, MItzi. Who's the guy with her?
That's a cop. Detective Calvin Stoner.
Oh, yeah. I think I talked to him one time on the telephone. Are they the last customers?
That's right. Just as soon as I serve their food. Sorry.
Hey, well, it's okay. I think I've got something else I got to do anyway, so I'll see you around sometime, okay?
You know, Raven, if someone would have told me a month ago that I would be here with you, I would have told them they were crazy.
Not me. I knew it was destiny.
Oh, destiny. Why is that? Because we have the same names? Because if one Sky Whitney was crazy about you, the other one would be too?
Because I knew you were attracted to me. A woman knows these things.
Why wouldn't it be? You're an attractive woman, Raven. A very desirable woman. But then again, there are a lot of attractive, desirable women around the world.
Like Valerie Bryson.
Don't start with me, Raven. I'll bite you right in your foot.
Did you hear that?
No.
I just heard a door. It might be Geraldine.
You told me Geraldine wouldn't be home for hours.
I didn't think she would be. Geraldine, is that you? It's just our imagination. She's not even here. Hey! Hey, what do you think you're doing?
I'm leaving, of course.
No, don't go, please.
Look, Raven, the next thing we know, Geraldine's key will be coming in the lock, and I'm going to get out while the getting's good.
You're not afraid of your own aunt, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm sure that you don't want her to find us together any more than I do.
Why not? She's not a prude.
No, that's not the point. We just don't have to advertise, Raven, that's all.
Afraid of your reputation?
Look, Gunther's waiting downstairs, but I'm going to go meet him in the lobby.
Boy, this is really great. How nice of you. You just leave me here when I'm all warm and nice.
Mm-hmm.
When am I going to see you again?
I don't know.
Why not?
Well, because I don't know when you're going to arrange it again.
Arrange it?
Yeah. But I'm sure that you'll come up with some trick to get me here again.
I didn't trick you. You came here of your own free will.
Free will? With you around, huh? Goodbye, schemer.
Why, hello, Raven.
Hello. I waited up for you. I couldn't wait to see you.
Didi forgot her keys. Didi.
Oh, no, you don't.
Didi, get in here! Bring Calvin!
Now, is your boyfriend here, too? Cliff, the lawyer?
No, he's at home, but Didi and Calvin are in the other room, so you better get out of here.
Didi and Calvin are down at Sid's, having a very nice long dinner. So, I guess we're going to get a chance to have our long-awaited date, huh?